came as a disappointment and surprise, at least to some. Guantanamo Bay hasn't been shut down. Has the post-9/11 neo-conservative agenda been more successful, more entrenched and pervasive than you anticipated?
I frankly did not share the hopefulness when Obama was elected. I thought it was mostly illusion. In fact, I wrote about it even before the primaries, just basing myself on his record, his webpage, and so on. So this is not entirely afterthoughts. Nevertheless, it was worse than I expected. So I did not expect things like, in many ways, it's worse than Bush's programs. And that's been pointed out by conservative military analysts. So for example, take, say, Guantanamo Bay. Bush's program was to his way of dealing with suspects. And let me stress suspects. There used to be a principle in Anglo-American legal tradition that people are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So the term suspect is correct. The Bush approach to suspects was to kidnap them, send them to Bagram or Guantanamo, essentially torture chambers, and keep them there without charges indefinitely. That's pretty awful. Why, incidentally, did they send them to Guantanamo rather than to, say, Kansas? It has nothing to do with security. It's ridiculous. It's because they anticipated that Guantanamo would be regarded by the courts as outside of the applicability of American laws. Actually, the Supreme Court, even the conservative Supreme Court, disappointed them on that and did rule that they have habeas corpus rights and so on, limited rights. Well, that was the Bush program. Kidnap suspects, no matter whether you know anything about them or not, send them to torture chambers, and then maybe have military trials, which are no trials at all. Obama's expanded that. He does the same things, but it's expanded. Now the program is to assassinate suspects. So there are several places in the world, quite a few by now, in which people like us can be walking around the streets wondering whether a minute from now there's going to be a massive explosion directed by someone halfway across the world, a drone attack, which is aimed at killing a suspect and whoever else happens to be around, so-called collateral damage, maybe us. That's the Obama global assassination program. And just in the last few weeks, it's been extended a little beyond, and for the first time, got a little bit of criticism for this. It was extended to purposeful assassination of American citizens. It's the Aulaki case, and another American citizen who happened to be collateral damage. Well, that's a little bit of an extension. There's an elite assumption that American citizens are human beings and have certain rights. Others are what are sometimes called unpeople, term of the British diplomatic historian Mark Curtis in his discussions of the crimes of the British Empire. So there are people and unpeople, and the non-citizens are unpeople, so it's okay to assassinate them if they're suspects. But people, it's a little expanding it beyond, so there's a little criticism about